Hello everybody, it's Mike from Vox Political again with another piece that's quite close to my heart because more than 6 in 10 social housing tenants go without essentials to pay the rent, according to an article by The Conversation. I wanted to highlight this because while I'm not a social housing tenant myself and I don't actually have to worry about the rent at the moment, I do have to go without some things in order to pay for others. I spent the winter in the heating or eating trap and it was very nasty indeed. So this topic is important to me and I wanted to highlight the problems people are facing. So in the article it said we surveyed more than 1,200 tenants across 15 neighbourhoods in England and found that 9% were in rent arrears. However, this figure dramatically underestimates the number of tenants who are finding it difficult to pay their rent. 61% had gone without essentials, such as food and heating, in order to pay for it in the last year. The financial situation of tenants has become more difficult in recent years due to a combination of cost of living increases, including rapidly rising food and energy, and real-term reductions in salary due to increasingly precarious employment. Some 43% of tenants surveyed regularly ran out of money before their next wage or benefit payment. I haven't actually run out of money before being paid, but my instinct is that it's just a matter of time. Nearly half, 46% of tenants had made the difficult decision to cut back on their heating expenditure so they could pay their rent. Now I try to limit my energy expenditure to £15 per week, which means I actually have only around £8 to spend because of the standing charge. During January and February, I have regularly exceeded that limit. They reported a range of strategies for keeping warm without using their gas or electricity, including sitting in sleeping bags, wearing thermal clothing and thick jumpers indoors, covering themselves with blankets and fleeces, and using hot water bottles. Yep, I'm a blankets, oodie and hot water bottle man myself, and you can see some of the blankets behind me right now. Those who did use their heating reported putting it on for just 1 hour. I spent the winter until last Monday, February 17th, with no working mains attached heaters in the flat. They were broken and I had to wait for new ones to be installed. This meant I had to rely on plug-in radiators that add up quite a lot of power, so I generally kept them on for an hour at a time. Sometimes I used them several times a day and in different rooms. Now, the storage heaters are helpful, but I only use the one in the living room because of the cost. Tenants also reported using their electricity minimally, not watching television, boiling the kettle if they need to do the washing up, and sitting with the lights off. I boil the kettle to do the washing up. Some 43% of tenants reported that they had cut back on their food spending. There were also many examples of participants doing without nutritious food because it was more expensive than processed food. These tenants were very aware of the lower nutritional value of the food they were buying and lamented not being able to afford the fresh food they preferred. Well, my food budget is £20 to £30 per week. It's so expensive now, especially if one is trying to live healthily. Obviously, when I had the flu in January, I didn't eat well at all. Just dry bread and water in the first week and then chicken soup in the second and back to proper meals in the third. But that just meant I lost around 21 pounds in weight over the first 3 days and more in the weeks following, and I haven't made that back yet. The article goes on to say that many tenants prioritise the rent over their health and well-being because their social landlord is, and I quote, on my back if they don't pay it. In my case, I have to find the wherewithal to fund the website, which isn't paying for itself at the moment because of interference from the social media platforms, as I have described many times in articles on the website. It suggests that the government should support a minimum income standard. This is a level of income that allows people to thrive and not merely survive. The government should use this standard to determine benefit rates and the national minimum wage, alongside measures to provide people with greater job security. Social housing landlords must rethink how they understand tenancy sustainment. It shouldn't just be about how long tenants stay in a property, but about the quality of their life while in it. Sure, great. But can you honestly see a UK government supporting that? Because I can't. Life in the UK is all about getting money off of us, not giving it to us or helping us to make it. And successive governments, both Labour and Tory, have been part of that agenda. Thousands of people have died to blank indifference from those in authority. They really couldn't care less. But there may be hope. The minimum income standard strikes me as similar to the universal basic income that was going to be trialled in some parts of the UK. Whatever happened to that? That's my question to end on. So if you have got something from this, please like, comment and subscribe, and you will see me as ever in the next one.